those who are interested to listen the answers of the questions of CAT 1 exam, so they can join with me. So the operating characteristic curve for an attribute sampling plan is a graph of fraction defective in a lot against the probability of acceptance. For any fraction defective P dash in a submitted lot, the OC curve shows the probability PA that such a lot will be accepted by the sampling plan. So in a single sampling plan, three parameters are specified. Capital N is equal to lot size from which the samples are drawn, small n is equal to sample size, and capital C is equal to acceptance number, or also it is represented as small a as acceptance number. So as you can see or understand that in case of operation characteristics curve is basically used to find out the probability of acceptance for a particular lot. Okay, so if we know the proportion defectives of the lot, or if we can know the expected proportion defective of the lot, that will be already given. You know that what are the proportion defective in the lot. So you can find out the probability of acceptance of the lot. Okay, so graphically you can find out that. So along x-axis the proportion defective is represented, and along y-axis the percent probability of acceptance is represented. Suppose if 50 items in the lot are defective, then proportion defective will be 50 divided by 100, because 100 is the sample size. You are inspecting 100 items, and out of 100 items you are finding 50 defective. So your proportion defective will be 50 divided by 100 is equal to 50%, which will be 0.5. So the probability of acceptance will be 0. So the probability of acceptance will be number of favorable cases divided by total number of cases. So number of favorable cases, it will be also 100 minus 50, so 50 divided by 100. So you will have 0.5. Again, if 10 items in the lot are defective, then your proportion defective will be P is equal to 10 by 100. Actually, it is given by C by N or A by N. Okay, so C means the cutoff number and N is the sample size. So C by N or A by N. C is cutoff number or A is acceptance number, both are same. So it will be 10% is equal to 0.1, and the probability of acceptance will be number of favorable cases divided by total number of cases. So it will be 100 minus 10 is equal to 90, because you have 10 defective items. If you have 10 defective items, there will be 90 non-defective items. So it will be divided by 100 and you will get 0.9. So we see that in this situation, PA is equal to 1 minus P. That means probability of acceptance is equal to 1 minus proportion defective. Okay. So these data, if you plot, you will get this sort of curve in this case. This is the general idea. This is like just like a straight line. Okay. For this is applicable to only for this data. So this is the general idea of the OC curve. But in practice, what happens that there are three different types of operating characteristics curve. Type A, type B, and type C. Type A, what is type A? If it is asked in the question in CAT 2 or if in any other examination, if somebody asks you that what are the different types of OC curves or how can you classify OC curves, you must not say that type A, type B, or type C. And even if you say type A, type B, type C, you need to explain what is type A curve, what is type B, and what is type C. So this is just for sake of simplicity. So type A curve is actually, in this case, sample is drawn from individual isolated lot. Okay, the sample is drawn from individual isolated lots. Okay, that means suppose you from your production process, you have produced some items and you have stored those items in the warehouse, and there is no guarantee whenever you will be picking up those items and you will be sending or dispatching, delivering those items to your customer. There is no guarantee that you will pick up the item first that was produced also first. Okay, so there is no such guarantee. But there is alternatively, there is also another type B curve. So in this case, uh, the sample is drawn from continuing process. Okay, from continuous production process, the sample is drawn. The sample is the lot is drawn. The lot is not from the warehouse or wherever you have stored. It's not like that. So that's why it ensures that the item that you have produced by the production process earlier, those items will pick up early. Okay, so it guarantees first come first served, like this case. Okay, but type A does not guarantees first come first served. So type C, there is another type of operating characteristic curve. Basically, type A and type B are dealing with, you are seeing that they are dealing with defectives. But in case of type C curve, this deals with, or this is for defects per 100 items. This is for defects per 100 items. Type C curve is a type C, it is used for this. It considers defects, not defective, defects per 100 items. And that's why along x-axis, you have seen that along x-axis we are representing proportion defectives in the lot. Okay, proportion defectives in the lot, or the defects per 100 items. So that we are representing along the x-axis. Okay. So these are three different types of operating characteristics curve. Now the question is why we are discussing about these three types of operating characteristics curve. The reason is that in these three types of, because we need to find out, our basic objective is to find out the probability of acceptance from the proportion defective in the lot. Okay, this is our intention. So, uh, uh, so uh, different, I mean, depending upon the production process, or depending upon the, I mean, from which particular thing you are collecting those lots, or what particular things, defects or defectives you are considering, based on these things, you the distribution that you will be applying, that will vary. Okay, for example, in case of type A, you require to implement the hypergeometric distribution. Okay, and in case of type B curve, you require binomial distribution, and in case of type C curve, you require Poisson distribution. You need to use. You can have a look at this figure. It is given here. You can see that this picture, there is the graph. Okay, so type A, you can see that this is a step like thing, a step like curve. This is type A, or hypergeometric. Okay, and this is this line actually is representing your type B curve, binomial distribution. This follows, and this curve, it actually follows the Poisson distribution. uh, okay, this is type C curve. Okay, type C. So why we actually consider these things? because your probability of acceptance, the formula will be changed depending upon these distributions. Okay, so in case of hypergeometric probability distribution, the probability of acceptance will be given by number of favorable cases divided by total number of cases. This is very simple. Okay, in case of hypergeometric probability distribution. But in case of Poisson distribution, or in case of suppose binomial distribution, you can see that in case of binomial distribution, the probability of acceptance will be given by using this formula. Okay, so the formula is represented here. Here also the formula is given. Okay, and in case of the Poisson distribution, the probability of acceptance, that will be given by using this formula. Okay, Poisson probability distribution and this formula. Okay, now if you are interested to know that how these formulas actually derived for Poisson distribution or binomial distribution, then you need to study details about those distribution, and there you will find on YouTube how this formula actually derived. So there are plenty of videos are available. You can go through if you want to derive this formula. Okay, but why do we use these particular distributions for these cases? There are some explanations. Okay, you can check out once this explanation, that we have drawn the stair-shaped curve for type A hypergeometric curve using the MS Excel drawing toolbar. Note that type A hypergeometric curve is made for sampling from a finite lot size. Okay, here you can see that type A, this curve is based on hypergeometric, and why we are using hypergeometric, that is that explanation they are giving. So in this case, we are drawing sample from a finite lot size, from store or from warehouse. We are drawing the sample. We are not drawing the sample, or we are not taking the lot from the continuous production process or continuing process. Okay, so we are not taking that from the continuing process. So in this case here, only a limited, our finite lot size is capital N is equal to 10 units. And here only a limited number of proportion defectives can be found. That is 0.1%, 0.2%, or 1%, corresponding to 1, 2, 3, and 10 defective items in the lot. So note that the proportion defective of 0.05% or 0.15% is not possible for this lot size. This is why we get a stair-shaped curve for the hypergeometric distribution. Okay, so this is quite natural, because in these cases you can have only 1 defective items, 2 defective items, or 3 defective items, but you cannot have 1.5 defective items or 2.5 defective items like that. So that's why those values are not possible, and hence you will get is stair shaped curve. Stair shaped curve you will get. Okay, for example, if your proportion defective is 0.5, then your probability of acceptance is 0.1. That means if your proportion defective is 50%, then the probability of acceptance will be it will be your 10%. If your proportion defective is 40%, then your probability of it will be also it will be somewhat between 1%. That will be the case. Okay, so sorry, 20 somewhat here. Okay, so that's why the curve is it is step-shaped curve. Okay, but you cannot have the defectives like 0.45 or 0.35. Okay, this kind of curve you won't get. Okay, so now now you can, okay, so now you consider the type B OC curve, which follows binomial distribution. Here also the lot of size capital N is equal to 10 units is chosen at random from a production process directly. The process may be here actually it is the 10 units, the lot size, it is taken or it is chosen at random from a production process directly. Okay, that means it is not collected from the warehouse or store. It is collected from the production process directly. The process may be running at any percent defective when this lot is chosen. Why? Because the samples, suppose the sample of size small n is equal to 5 units chosen from this lot of size capital N is equal to 10 units becomes a subsample from the production process. Okay. Thus, here any proportion defective is possible and the binomial distribution curve is shown to be continuous. So you can understand that here the sample that you are considering, it is becoming actually a subsample. Why subsample? Because the lot you are drawing from the production process directly, if you see it from the perspective of the production process, then your lot is actually becoming a sample. So from your lot, the samples that again you are picking up, so those samples will be treated as subsamples. Okay. So this is that's why here any proportion defective is possible, and that's why binomial curve is actually used. Okay. Now you think about the Poisson distribution type C curve. It is drawn when acceptance sampling is based upon finding the average number of defects per unit in the sample or defects per 100 units. It is important to mention here that the number of defects may exceed the number of units in the lot. That is quite obvious because one item can have more than one defects. Here the lot size capital N is equal to 10 and the number of defects in the different units in the lot may be, for example, as given. Okay, so this is the case. Okay, there are 10, the lot size is 10, so 10 items are there. The first item consists of 3 defects, second item consists of 1 defect, the third item consists of 0 defect, fourth item consists of 3 defects, like this. Okay, so the average number of defects here, you will find that 21 by 10 is equal to 2.1 defects per unit. Okay, because there are altogether there are 21 defects. So if you divide it by 10, so it will come out to be 2.1. So 2.1 defects per unit. So the sample size here, it is small n is equal to 5 units. Okay, the sample size here, it is small n is equal to 5 units. Thus, the mean number of defects per 5 units would be mu is equal to 2.1 into 5 is equal to 10.5. This is quite natural because if you have per unit, if you have 2.1 defects, so for 5 units you will have 2.1 into 5 is equal to 10.5 defects. So thus in this case the value of the Poisson function, a probability of acceptance of the lot can be calculated by using this value of mu. This is actually representing your probability of acceptance of the lot, the 10.5. This is actually representing your the acceptance, probability of acceptance of the lot. Okay, because you will be checking all the 5 items. So now we will discuss about ideal OC curve. So in this example, suppose if we have the sample size of n is equal to 100 and acceptance number A as 5, and if we do an inspection of the whole lot, that is all the 10,000 items, if the sample size is 10,000, we will find the proportion defective exactly. Okay. This will be in contrast to sampling, in which sampling errors are always possible. Our decision of accepting or rejecting the lot will be pretty clear as our criteria is. If there are 5 or less defectives in every 100 units, we accept the lot. The ratio 5 divided by 100 is the same as 5% on 0.05. Thus, if the actual proportion defective found by inspecting the whole lot is 0.05 or less, we definitely accept the lot. Otherwise, we reject it. We have shown the ideal situation by the bold thick curve called the ideal OC curve. Okay, you can see it here. This is the bold ideal OC curve or ideal operating characteristics curve. Okay, so in this curve, note that the probability of acceptance PA is 1 for all the points less than or equal to 0.05 proportion defective. Okay, so here in this case, what you can see that your proportion defective is you have a total of, here the small n, the sample size is 100. Okay, out of 10,000 lots. Okay, so you are inspecting 100 items and your acceptance number is 5. Okay, so I have said that proportion defective will be given by A by n. So proportion defective is 5 divided by 100. It will come out to be 0.05 or 5%. Okay, so in this case, so if you have, suppose if your lot have 0. Suppose 0.6% on 0.7%, sorry, so if you have less than 0.05% defective, that means for example 0.04 or 0.05. So if you have less proportion defectives rather than as compared to the cutoff, then obviously you will accept the item. Okay, so your acceptance will be, acceptance means it will be 100%. That means the value will be 1. So that's why you can see for 0.4 the value is here. Okay, the 0.3 the value is here. Okay, for 0.1 the value is here. So this will be your graph. Okay, now if you have for example, now if you have 0. If you have also the value of PA for all the points more than P is equal to 0.05 is 0. That means if you have the proportion defectives greater than 0.5, 0.6, if instead of 5%, if there is 6% defectives or if there is 7% defective, then you are not going to accept the lot. So your acceptance, probability of acceptance will be 0 in this case. Okay, so this is the procedure. Okay, so therefore if the proportion of defectives found after inspecting the entire lot is more than 0.05, the lot will be definitely rejected. Practically, inspection of the whole lot is seldom done. That means it is very rarely done. The whole lot inspection is not very possible. It is very rarely done, and sampling is invariably adopted. Therefore, the practical OC curves are like the thin bold line. The OC curve based upon our example. Okay, the OC curve based upon our example. So the OC curve, therefore the practical OC curves are like the thin bold line. The OC curve based upon our example. Note that this curve passes through the point of 0.5, 0.616. When we increase the sample size small n to 1000 and acceptance number A to 50, while maintaining their ratio as earlier, 50 divided by 100 is equal 50 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.05, the dashed curve shown in figure. Note that this curve also passes through the point 0.05, 0.6160, and it is closer to the ideal OC curve compared to the OC curve for n is equal to 100 and A is equal to 5. And all these curves, including the ideal OC curve, pass through the point 0.05, 0.6160, because all these curves have the ratio of A and N equal to the proportion defectives in the lot, that is 0.05. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that in all these cases, your proportion defective is, you are not changing your proportion defective. Okay, your proportion defective that remains, that is a by n, the ratio will be same. Okay, so since your ratio will be same, that's why in all the cases it will pass through this point 0.05 comma 0.616. Okay, all the curves have the same ratio of a and n equal to the proportion defectives in the log. Okay, so this is a basic concept that what is the operation characteristics curve. So in case of the operating characteristics curve, okay, from your small n value, and from your, you can see here that small n and a are given. So if you know the proportion defectives, you can identify that you can identify the particular you know the operating characteristics curve you can identify, and you can also identify the probability of acceptance. Okay, you can identify the probability of acceptance if the here the ratio remains the same. Okay, so here so in the next class we will be discussing about some producers risk and consumer risks and all these things we can discuss. And what I have I am going to stop sharing, and I'm going to stop this recording.